And all those years ago, Mark Hughes, as just a very young man, sat in my seminar, and I had a chance to share with him some of my life experiences. And then look what happened beyond that. And interestingly enough, all those years ago, I was the teacher and Mark Hughes was the student. And now the roles have been reversed. And Mark Hughes is the teacher and Jim Rohn is the student. And that's the challenge that all of you have, including myself today, is to keep learning the leadership skills necessary to make this company grow. And if I was to give you some advice, this would be it. Master the skills. Master the skills. The skills of one, presenting the product to the marketplace, building a customer base. Number two, the skill of giving someone an invitation to come and hear the story. Number three, the skill of making a valid presentation to the people who consent to come and hear the Herbalife story. The presentation, talking about the products, talking about the marketing, talking about the effect that Herbalife can have on your life, your future, your health. Making a valid presentation. Then learn the skill of how to organize all of that. Once you've got more than one person, now it's got to be organized. But what you've got to do now is master the skills as they come along, as the challenge comes along, how to organize it. Next, learn the skill of promotion. Nobody better at mastering this skill than Mark Hughes leading the way. How to promote the next event, how to promote some special contest. Mark has got this company in such high gear, it's unbelievable, and part of it is because his masterful ability of promoting whatever's going to come along, the next event, the next impending event. And part of it is this unique ability of Mark Hughes in terms of promotion. Here's the next skill. Mark stepped out front and learned the skill of communication. How to touch other people's lives with words. Whether it was an invitation, a presentation, training, one-on-one, telephone, and now video, television, HBN, all of the stuff now that's challenging Mark to get better and better at the art of communication. But Mark stepped out front, learned every skill necessary. Then here's the ultimate in skills necessary to, I think, build Herbalife to the degree you want to build it, and that is to learn the skill of inspiring. How to inspire other people. To start right where they are and to seek some better place. To look a little higher than where they are and wish that they could possibly get there. And then have a vehicle like Herbalife to show them how to do it. How to take the early steps. How to start growing and keep growing. Not only how to be inspired, but how to inspire other people. And if you'll put all of those skills together, like Mark did from the early days until this present time, you're going to lead the way for your organization, you're going to lead the way for your family, and you can have the kind of success Mark has enjoyed. Master the skills. Mark has learned the skills, developed the strength and the power to build this unique company as big as it is today, ready now to conquer the rest of the world. And I couldn't be more happy that his story has unfolded, his company has gained respect among the nations of the world. From all those years ago when it first got started, look what's happened here. And we expect, since we have a chance, Mark, myself, Dr. Katzen, Janet, others, President's team members, Millionaire team members, have a chance to share with all of you our story. We expect now all of you will take that story, take that touch, take that contact, and reach out and touch other people. And when we return again to this magnificent city and this magnificent country, no telling how many people are going to be there multiplied by our effort to come and touch you and your effort now to reach out and touch someone else. That is the Herbalife story. Having something of value and touching someone else's life, whether it's the products or the opportunity for personal development. The marketing system that Mark chose has a very significant reason why we market the products the way we do. And here's the simplified version of the marketing system: person to person. There's nothing more powerful than that. Mark knew that he had a product valid that could be put in the store and could have been sold on television, could have been sold by newspaper, could have been sold by magazine, could have been sold by some other means, by advertising. But Mark knew that if he put the product in the store, somebody might buy it. But who's going to follow up and make sure that somebody used the product? Mark said that's not likely to happen. And Mark's major goal was not to sell Herbalife products. You might find that an interesting statement to make, but it's absolutely true. Mark's ultimate goal is not to sell these products. Here's Mark's ultimate goal, and that is to get somebody to use these products. So I'd like to have you make the note today, to make your ultimate goal not to sell Herbalife products, but to get people to use Herbalife products. Because here's the most powerful tool in building your business, and that is the testimonials. People using the products and getting value from it. People using the products and having their health improve. People using the products and feeling secure and knowing that they've got a complete nutritional support system for the challenges of modern day living and for the future. Mark did not sell the product to his grandmother when she got on the Herbalife products. He gave her the products because his main goal was to get her to use the product. She used the product, became one of his best testimonials in those early days, got him a lot more customers to begin with, and that started the company. So, the marketing system Mark chose, person to person. Here's the best chance for someone to receive value from Herbalife products, and that's to hear the story from someone who's already using the products. If someone has used the products, they've received value, they now tell the story, that's the most powerful story. You've got to get on these Herbalife products because I did. I've got incredible value from these products. You got to try it, you got to try it, you got to try it. It beats all the advertising in the world. It beats television. It beats newspaper. It beats magazine. It beats all the rest. Herbalife sold person to person. You can start where you are. If you're scared, we'll show you how to start scared. We'll show you how to hand someone a brochure and just run away. But we'll show you how to make sure your telephone number is on the brochure. Guy gets home at night and says to his wife, Martha, you will not believe it. A grown man handed me this brochure and then he just ran away. She says, well, isn't that interesting? What is this brochure all about? And he says, I don't know. I haven't even looked at it. She says, well, let's take a look. So they look at this brochure. They see these stories. They say, let's call this man. So they call up this man and say, Bill, are you the man that ran away? And he says, yes, I just got started. I'm so impressed with these products and this opportunity, but I was scared to death. Yes, I'm the man that ran away. And they say, look, why don't you come on over and tell us the story about these products and this opportunity? So no matter where you are, no matter who you are, no matter how young or how old you are, no matter what kind of limited capacity you might be in, you can start right where you are. I had those challenges when I started, like everybody does. My first meeting, I stood up to talk, and my mind sat back down. I remember those occasions. But I did it again, and I did it again, and I did it again, and here I am on this June day in Taipei, one more time doing it again. I'm getting better. Key phrase to start with, life and business is like the changing seasons. And that is to learn the lesson of the seasons. Learn the lesson of the seasons. And now here's the second phrase. You cannot change the seasons. They are set. Winter follows fall. Spring follows winter. Summer, harvest. The seasons are set. You cannot change those. But here's what you can do. You can change yourself. You cannot change what happens, but you can change what you do about it. So we cannot change what's going on out there. It's like the wind that blows. But we can change ourselves by setting sail, working on our philosophy, working on our attitude, working on our disciplines. So you can't change the seasons, but you can change yourself. The lesson of the seasons. One is to hang in there when the nights are long. Hang in there when the winters are tough. Hang in there when the reverses come. Hang in there if you happen to get ill for a while. Hang in there when discouraging times come. Number two, take advantage of the spring, the people you meet. Take advantage of a chance to conduct a meeting. Take advantage of a chance to make a phone call. Take advantage of a chance to write a letter. Take advantage of a chance to hand somebody the Herbalife opportunity and see what kind of miracle might come from that. Take advantage. And number three, in the summer, give life like a mother. Fight enemies like a father. Look over your organization like a shepherd would look over the flock, the sheep. Take care of it as a leader should, but also fight the enemies. And here's the last season, the season of harvest. There's an interesting phrase from an ancient prophet, and it says, "In due season, your harvest will come." If you put your heart and soul into it, your harvest will come. The greatest experience all of us can have is a chance to invest life into life. A chance for one person to take their life, their experiences, what they know, what they've learned, and then reach out and touch someone else's life with that experience, with that knowledge, with that know-how. And if one person touches another person's life with something they've learned, something they've felt, something they've come across, an experience they've had, places they've been, things they've seen, people they've met, a chance for one person to touch someone else's life has an extraordinary opportunity to produce what I call a miracle. A miracle being something we don't quite understand how it works. All we know is it works. And the miracle of new life, the miracle of opportunity that spreads beyond just the community where it got started, that all happens when one person meets another person and shares part of their experience, shares part of their knowledge, passes along something from the head, yes, but mostly from the heart. And when two people meet and they have a chance to share, no telling what can happen from that experience. One of the reasons why I wanted to be here is not just to share my experiences with all of you, to see if it might create some value for you to take home. But I'm going to remember this occasion as I leave here, as I go back to America, as I go off to other countries. I'm going to remember this trip to Taiwan. I'm going to remember this occasion. I'm going to remember these lights. I'm going to remember myself on the big screen. I'm going to remember the occasion I had to come and meet my friends one more time. And I'm going to carry this experience away with me. It's going to serve me well as I get on an airplane and go to the next country and the next country and the next country. I want you to draw this kind of wisdom from what's going on here these few days, so that this occasion will serve you when you're out there sort of by yourself and you're all alone telling the story and you don't have this many people to support you out there. You will remember this occasion, and you'll remember what you heard, and you'll remember what you saw, and you'll remember how you felt, and it will sustain you through some of those difficult times when seemingly you're all alone. You'll remember, I'm not alone. Look how many people have been attracted at this level to the Herbalife opportunity. So I want you to know this kind of wisdom that you're gathering here will sustain you. People that started right where they were, decided to make the personal changes themselves, and let the Herbalife opportunity become something valuable for them. These testimonials of the people in these first 2-3 rows gives valid evidence that if you'll take an opportunity like Herbalife, and if you'll start making those personal changes of discipline, personal changes of time management, personal changes of willingness to learn the skills, personal changes of personality improvement, attitude, all of the rest, with this opportunity, you cannot miss having an extraordinary life and an extraordinary future.